it's now time to get into the nitty gritty. I think our first trader is ready, and I'm really looking forward to this. Should be really exciting.
It's Jody, right?
It is
Ah, Flo.
Florian.
There he is. There he is.
All right, perfect. Florian, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can
Oh,
you hear me?
perfect. Welcome, welcome, man. Yeah, all good. Yeah,
Thank you.
all good. And how
I
you
have
doing,
some
man?
internet connections. I'm very sorry. I hope it works. For now, it looks like it should work.
Yeah, it's looking nice and smooth, man. How you doing, bro?
Thank you. I'm good. Thanks for having me today.
Good, good, good. I saw that you were at an expo recently, isn't it, in Amsterdam, right?
Yes, I was at an event from Tribe Capital. I actually met Jelle's brother Sip there, and we had
Oh,
a little
nice,
talk. Yeah,
nice, man. Wicked.
Nice.
Okay,
yeah.
awesome, man. Thank you, of course, for joining. I think it's going to be a really, really cool episode. We just want to dive a bit into your journey. We love to give as much value to the audience as possible, and of course, coming from someone like yourself who's done an incredible, like your record speaks for itself. Over 100K in payouts and over 30. I think you got a payout this morning, if I'm not mistaken, as well, from Right Funded. So you've definitely been smashing it. So yeah, I hope everyone's ready to take some notes, man. So yeah, just to dive in, really, for those that don't know you, could you just give maybe like a short 1 to 2 sentences about yourself, who you are, how long you've been trading, and then we can just dive into some more questions.
Yes, my name is Flo. I'm from Austria, 28 years old, and started trading or started to try to trade basically around 3 to 4 years ago when I got into university, because I wanted to build some cash flow on the side, because we all know as a student you don't have much available.
Yeah.
And yeah, at first I thought trading is easy money and that I just have to do some work on the computer and the money will come in magically. And yeah, the first 2 years I was trying a lot of things, going back and forth, oftentimes going more back than forwards. And after 2 years, 2 to 3 years, it started clicking, everything started working, and now it's a pretty solid machine. And since last year, August, I am solely trading, nothing else anymore. And yeah, that's
Yeah.
currently the status.
Yeah, the trader's dream, isn't it? Full-time trading, just that is quite the life, man. Okay, nice, man. Thanks for the intro. So I wanted to dive in again a bit before, like you got your first funded account. What specifically did your trading journey look like? So I know you mentioned something you're going backwards to go forwards, but did you find yourself maybe fading a lot of challenges? Did you find yourself strategy hopping? What was the initial journey like, and what were the difficulties that you were having?
hmm At first, heard it when I heard about prop firms, I actually thought prop firms are a scam, and I was very narrow. And I thought, no, I won't do that because it just doesn't sound right. You pay a certain fee, and then you get this huge amount of capital to trade with. And for 3 to 6 months, I just didn't hear from prop firms again. And after 2023, the end of 2023, when I joined a group, they had a partnership actually with Bright Funded back then. And that's when I first thought, okay, maybe I should try a prop firm, because yeah, it sounds too good to be true, but I can buy a small account and just try it out. Why not? It doesn't hurt me. And that's when I started my first ever funded challenge with, it actually was with Bright Funded, funny enough. And then I just tried it out. I tried to pass challenges for almost a year. I actually passed a phase one, and then at a phase two, it was a 100K challenge. Second phase, I was like 1% out from the profit goal. And then I hit a few losers. And we all know, yeah, I didn't really think that emotions and everything that plays a part in trading. I just thought you get in front of the screen, you do your analysis, and if you have that in check, it works. But then I hit a few losers. I went from almost passing to back to break even. I started revenge trading, and I think you can guess how that ended. I breached the challenge in a matter of a few days. And then that's when I really started thinking of trading not only as sitting in front of a screen, but also the discipline that you need for trading. And I basically started building my life around trading like a professional athlete would do. I started preaching discipline in my daily life. I started, for example, for me, it always, I was never a good runner, but I started to run every day. And every day, no matter how I felt, I will get my run done. And I also studied medicine next to it, in the medical field. And I just knew that discipline, it's in the end, it's all some chemical reactions in our brain. If we break it down to the smallest things in our body. So if I preach discipline in my daily life, and if I just get used to the feeling of being disciplined, that this will also transfer over into my trading. And ever since I started doing that, my trading really transformed. And I also learned that losing is part of trading. So as humans, we always want to win, win, win. And in trading, it's really about not being perfect. And that's what I think one of the hardest things is. You have to accept losses. And when you go on losing streaks, for example, those are when times show if you are really a good trader. When we trade good, of course, times are easy. Our numbers go up, go up. But at some points, the numbers have to go down a little bit again. And yeah, once you really learn to trade through bad times as well, you stick to your system, you are a disciplined person, that's when it really transformed. Because if we just push through long term, I have a system, I know my system works. And if I push through the bad times as well, I just know long term I will make money with my system. And don't look at the short term outcome, always have a long term outcome. Look overall, over the bigger picture, over 12 months, and not look at individual months, because there will always be red months. And that's what transformed my trading really, when I started to really see the difference.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's one thing about trading is I think humans are not built in a way to accept losing. I feel like a lot of people are very sore losers, including myself. And until you become comfortable with losing on a regular basis, you're not really going to overcome the obstacles that you need to overcome. And
Yeah.
yeah, I think it was a great quote. I think Yordi actually mentioned in one of our podcasts, it's the best loser wins. And it's like, it's so kind, it's like goes against what you're trying to do, because losing doesn't make you money, but being able to accept losing is what's actually going to make you money in the long term.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that's 100% a great point. I'm just looking in the chat to see if anyone has any questions for you. I've got one from Manoj. He says, "How do you react when you lose a trade or a funded account?"
Basically, I don't act at all. I know that it's part of the process. If I even lose a funded account, which doesn't happen often, or if I lose a trade, I just know if I stick to my system, it's not really a losing trade. I don't look at a trade as a winner or as a loser. I just look, did I stick to my system? And if I look at my data that I collected over the time period of the last few years, I just know as long as I stick to my system and I stick to my rules, I will make money no matter if the current trade is a winner or the current trade is a loser.
Yeah, great point. Great point. I
Yeah.
have a question for you now. It's what has, if you had to pin it down to three things, what have the key things been for you to get to a point where you can get 30 payouts plus from a single prop firm and reach over 100k in payouts?
Three things I would say: accept that trading is boring, because I just try to be as consistent as possible. And when you are consistent, things can get boring. And I just accepted that, but I don't care if it's boring. I don't care if it's exciting. As a trader, we want to ultimately make money. And if it's boring, then I accept that, and I will just, not let my emotions take over. And then the second thing is the discipline that you build your daily life around trading. Like a professional football player, for example, he doesn't just go on the field and kicks the ball into the goal. He also eats well. He also exercises every day. And exactly the same things we need as a trader. We don't go on the field and kick a ball, of course, but we sit in front of the screen. We need to be mentally focused, and with being physically active, you just achieve those things as well, and you also achieve the discipline that you need. So a second thing would be to preach daily discipline and look at discipline like a skill in a video game, for example. You just level up every day. When you go on your run, when you go to the gym, you get experience points and you get a better human. And then the third thing is that I would say in trading, it's also very contra um, to the daily life. When you work a job, when you work a regular job, it always means, it always says if you work more hours, you will get more money. But in trading, it's actually that less is sometimes more, because once you have your profitable system, once you know what you should do, it's actually, for me, it was a game changer to decrease my screen time. And in the time that I'm not sitting in front of the screen, I'll do different things, and I enjoy life a little bit as well, because in the end we want freedom. So I had to learn that less is more. And today, if I really just tone it down to trading would be like a 30-minute. It would take me 30 minutes to do all my trading, and that's it. And the rest of the day, I turn off. I level up those other skills in my life that I mentioned, and they will ultimately, over the long run, transfer over into my trading, and they will pay me back. Even though if it's not looking at the moment like that, but all those skills that you level up in your daily life, they will make you a better human and a better trader.
Well, that's yeah. Thank you for obviously sharing those nuggets of value. But 30 minutes a day, that's really effective. So when do you do like your what you like research into the markets and I want to potentially take a buy or sell in this area? Do you just do that before the week even begins?
Yes, I do it every morning most of the time. And the thing is, I really have already thousands of hours in front of the chart. So I just need, I'm at a point where I just need to look at a chart. And in the matter of 30 seconds, I can tell, is it interesting for me? Is it not interesting for me? And it just takes hours. And if you put in the time, I can look at a chart and I can say, hey, that's interesting. If it's not interesting, I go either to the next chart. And if it's interesting, I just need a few minutes to do everything basically. And that all came through repetition, it just, if you do something over and over again, at some point you are like a professional at it. And it really takes me like 30 minutes a day to do everything. Yeah.
No, that's very freeing, I imagine, because of course you can travel wherever you want. You just get your 30 minutes and then yeah, you just go about your day, which is exactly what you need, man.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. And I just had one more quick question. It was how much, if I can find it again, I think it was how much do you risk in a challenge phase versus how much do you risk in a funded phase?
For me, it was, I guess we have a lot of people that are trying the first challenges right now in the chat. When I started out, I always um, risked like 0.5% to 1% on the challenge phase as well. Because I was, of course, if you don't have a lot of capital available, you don't want to breach challenges. You want to make the most out of it. So I started risking very little, 0.5% to 1%. And once I'm funded, I did obviously the same. Now that I'm already a full-time trader, I rather pass challenges a little bit quicker. And if I breach the occasional challenge, I don't really care about it. And now I risk on challenges around 2%, max 3%. And on funded, I tone it back down to 0.5, 0.75%, never more. Because if I go on a losing streak and I will get into deep drawdown, it really can mess with your brain, it can mess with your emotions. And on a funded account, you are way more attached than a challenge account. So that's why on challenges, on funded accounts, it's always 0.75% most. And on challenges, I personally risk more because I have the capital available that I can breach challenges, but I rather just pass them quicker. But when I started out, it was very strict 1% on challenges and on funded even less.
Okay, nice, man. Thank you. I think that's very insightful for anyone who may still be having difficulties in determining what their risk management should look like when approaching the challenge and also in a funded phase. So yeah, thank you very much, Flo, for obviously answering all of the questions. Now I want to pin it over to you. Would it be possible to get you to quickly analyze the chart? Maybe if you could just share your screen and just maybe just go through
Yeah.
like a step-by-step guide as to how you typically approach it.
Yes, I will open my trading view quickly. If my internet allows it. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, all good.
Okay, I'm just waiting for my trading view to load. But it looks like it doesn't wanna load. I don't know what's wrong with my internet connection. I'm really sorry.
No, all good. Yeah, if it doesn't work, then it's all good. It's just
I can just quickly talk about my
Yeah.
favorite system is I traded on the NASDAQ. It's just time-based. You have your opening range. For me, it's the opening range 1530 to 1545. I define the range. So top of the range, bottom of the range. I look at the M5 structure. Is market bearish? Is it bullish? Because I never want to take a trade against the trend. And once price basically breaks out of one side of the range, with market structure aligning the side that it breaks, so let's say it closes below the range and structure is bearish, I'll always set a limit order at the range low, stop loss is always at the range high, and my TP is always fixed at 1.5 R. And that's basically my favorite system that I trade on all my private accounts currently. And it has about a 50% win rate. So half of the trades will lose, half of the trades will win, which is, of course, it can be challenging mentally because you know you will lose half of your trades. And the most important thing is to just be consistent with it. And even if you have losing streaks, to not start strategy hopping and just stick to what you know works. Because if I collected enough data on my system, I have really like 400, 500 data points on my system. I just know over the long run, it will eventually make me money. And that's what the most important thing for me is, to collect data, to even, you could even journal if you want to call it journaling. For me, collecting data is like journaling. And that's basically really, yeah, shortly my system, my favorite system that I do currently.
Okay, nice, man. Thank you. I was, as you was explaining it, I was like envisioning what it looks like on the chart, and I think I got it, grip. So hopefully everyone else in the comments. Yeah,
Yeah, it's very simple. I could explain it to a 5-year-old.
your
if I
strategy
would
should
have
be
to.
simple, innit? It should always be simple. Keep things simple and dead easy so that you can actually stick to it. But yeah, thank you so much, Flo, man. Yeah, really appreciate you coming on, answering a ton of questions, and just diving more into your journey, because I know the audience got a ton of value, and hopefully they can actually take some of this expertise that you've developed over the past few years and implement it themselves in their own prop journey. So yeah, man, really, really appreciate it, and definitely we'll speak soon. And good luck on your next payout, man. I'm sure it's coming just around the corner. No worries, man. Thank you, brother.
Thanks for having me.
Bye-bye, man.
Bye.
Nice. Thank you all. Yes, so that was Flo, man. Quickly just dived into his story. As you can tell, he's just super seasoned trader. He's just absolutely killing it. And he's just like, yeah, one of our best performing traders, if not the best. And yeah, we're super proud to have him on board.